Welcome back to another episode of the Pain, Performance, and Pohada podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Nick Smith. I'm a licensed physical therapist and strength and conditioning coach for jiu-jitsu and other combat athletes. Today's topic of discussion is going to ruffle some feathers. And I've said this before in previous podcasts, but this is one of those topics that's been a little bit more top of mind. Working with several athletes, interacting with athletes through various DMs, people who reach out asking questions, and it all kind of boils down to, I don't know if it's one thing, but it's really what separates people who are successful in this sport, both from a performance standpoint and from a rehab standpoint. And I think when we want something in jiu-jitsu, we only think about the outcome. We think about the end result. We think about the finish line. I want to win a tournament. I want to be pain-free. I want to be stronger, right? We think about the outcome and we desire these things, and it's normal to want a lot of things. There's a big dissonance, a big dissociation between the outcome and everything that comes with it. People fantasize, they glorify the end result. Hey, this person won a major title. They were an ADCC champion. But they're not, and they want that. They want to be an ADCC champion. They want to be a world champion, whatever it is. But they actually don't know how much work goes into doing that day after day, a lot of which is not sexy. It's making sure that you're sleeping enough, making sure you're counting your macros for your diet. It's making sure that you're coming into each training session with a ton of intent and putting countless hours in for one series of moments, a few matches to get that outcome. And the dissociation or the dissonance is that most grapplers are not willing to do the work. They only want the outcome, and that's not reality. I'm seeing this more with rehab. I welcome my DMs to anybody. I love to talk about injuries. I love to discuss what's going on. And there are people that I've talked with for quite literally years, and they'll just send me videos from time to time, like thoughts. It's like, well, yes, lots of thoughts. But everybody is looking for the end result of being not in pain, whether it's this multiple year stint of knee pain, it's a multiple year stint of back pain, whatever it might be, off and on this, off and on that. And they want it, and they put so much time and invest so much energy into looking for a quick fix or some kind of like magic pill that's going to solve their issue. Meanwhile, they want this outcome, but truly, truly, truly deep down, they are not willing to do the work. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you're not willing to do the work, then don't. I don't care. I mean, yes, I want you to be pain-free, but if someone's just straight up like, I'm not willing to put in the work to be pain-free, okay, no problem, dude. That's not, my only response to that is, great, don't complain about it. Can't complain about it. You can't have both. You can't be a victim and a martyr and not be willing to change your perception on how you address things. Straight up. If you want to be a champion or win tournaments and you're not willing to do the things that are necessary, take care of your body, strength and conditioning, do the diet, train multiple times a week, match study, do all of those things, and you're upset about the lack of outcomes, then I don't know what you're complaining about. Straight up. If you're not willing to do the work and everything that's associated to reach that outcome, put it out of your brain. Don't even desire it anymore. And it's not to be a hard ass. It's just like you're wasting time and energy on it. And It's not to say that there's not an opportunity to change that, but you really need a reality check. And the reality check is you can't put in a half-ass effort or think it's going to come for free and demand or desire this like really awesome outcome without having to do all the necessary steps. It's just not realistic. You're setting yourself up for failure. And I have people even that I'm working with right now who have invested the money, they've invested the time, they've seen success, and then once they reach a hurdle, they go back to old habits. And it's my job as a coach to help navigate you through those things, to make you more problem aware, to be able to identify these patterns, why they're incorrect and why they're no longer serving them. And sometimes those conversations are really tough, and I have to be a little bit of a dick. But I have to like dislodge you from your pattern. And at least those people are willing to invest the time. They understand like, hey, I do want this outcome. I've tried other things. I'm seeing the success. I'm going to follow through with this. But they might fall back into old patterns. But if you're somebody who's not even willing to like get to the starting line, just put it out of your brain. I already know I don't have the capacity of becoming a adult black belt world champion. Not just because of my age or any of that. It's just I'm not willing to put in the work. Straight up. And there's nothing wrong with that. I also am not willing to put in the work right now to become a Masters world champion. There are other things that are more important right now. So I've put it out of my brain. I know I will win. I will win worlds at some point in my lifetime. And I will put in the necessary effort to reach that goal. May or may not get that goal, but I am willing to do the things that are necessary to achieve that. But right now, that's not my season of life. And learning to accept that and knowing that making sure that this business is taking care of my family is my number one priority, and doing all the things that are necessary to support my girls is number one. And until that's in place, I will not have the time or capacity to be able to train as much as I need to or do all the necessary things to be a Masters World Champion. And for some of you, if you've been dealing with pain and you need to take inventory and think about, are you really willing to do the work that's necessary, change not just your habits, but also your mindset around injury, and that it doesn't come for free and you have to do all of the things. Can't half-ass it. You can't like, I'm not going to do this stuff today and it'll be fine. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work. If it hasn't worked for the past couple of years, it's definitely not going to help now. But if you are willing to take that step, and you don't have to do it alone, I mean, that's what help is for, right? There are people, coaches, that can help you reach those goals, get to that destination. And sometimes you do need a little bit of accountability. You need guidance. You need to know exactly what to do. But you have to be open and willing to receive help if you can't do it yourself. And maybe that's what you need. Or maybe you need a foot in your ass. Sometimes I need a foot in my ass to change my mindset around things. Remember, you can't focus on just the outcome. You have to be willing to deal with the shit that comes with it. And some of it's gross. Some of it sucks. Some of it's really, really, really hard. And you have to, as corny as it sounds, you have to like essentially fall in love with the process. You have to be okay with the idea that a lack of success is going to create an opportunity for success later. Being willing to put it off, being able to have ups and downs, not just ups, and not just the fleeting moment of awesome, of the goal that you've reached. You have to be willing to get in the mud and do the nasty stuff, do the work to achieve that goal. And if you really, really want that goal, you'll be willing to do it. And everything else that comes with it, whatever. Yeah, it may suck. It's not going to be, I don't expect you to smile about it, but you have to understand, like, this is what I paid for. This is what I signed up for. I need to be able to do this in order to reach this goal. That's it. I'm off my soapbox. It's been very top of mind, and it's getting, as I get deeper and working with more grapplers, this is where I feel like the division between success and failure is in any caveat. And this deals with other things outside of life too. It's business ownership. I've seen it coaching other people through business. I've seen it through jiu-jitsu. I've seen it through the workplace. I've seen everything. You have to be willing to do the hard stuff, not just the glitzy, sexy, glamorous stuff that you see on Instagram of the end result. If you aren't really willing to sit down and do the inventory and know what the dirty, nasty, grimy stuff is, and you're willing to be like, okay, just put it out of your mind. Let it go. Just let it go. Just like Elsa. All right. It's another episode. Remember, pain is not something you should fear, just something you should respect. This is the way. See you.